Hello there. Hi, folks. How are we doing? Swap to this scene to let you see the cool train coming in to this factory. Oh, how is everyone? It's hot again. Why is it getting hot again? It's the train. It has jack shit to do right now. So we're full on
Hello
crystal.
there.
Hell yeah, cool train.
Thank you very much, Devilfish. Thank you for the sub. It's not as human. Yeah, it's not as bad as it was. It's still annoying. This is the drop off for the cave crystals. This train goes into the cave. I got a little head start on this factory earlier today. Oh, it's been cool here. It's bullshit. Yeah, so the train goes down into the cave, gets the crystals, brings them back out. And this, it's the beginnings of a factory. Ugh. Anything happened in the Persian Gulf? I haven't been there personally. I think things are back on between the States and Iran, right? Underneath I have water pumps feeding these. Isn't that beautiful? Look at how well I can build when you're all not distracting me, you know? I had to overclock these though, because otherwise I'd have twice as many of these just making copper, and that's utterly ridiculous. These are making iron. This makes a full belt. And now I need to decide on what I'm going to do for the next part. They should knock all that stuff off. All that war stuff. It doesn't do any good for anyone. See, annoyingly, what I need here is I need to make essentially 15 constructors to make iron plates and 15 constructors to make cast screws. The 15 for the iron plates will be easier. What's the trash can emoji on Blue Sky about? Nothing in particular. I just pick a different emoji from the list whenever I go live. There we go. I picked bin because the last tweet I retweeted had the word bin in it. That's the secret there. So we have a blueprint for 16 constructors here, which would be really helpful. The only issue is it uses the wrong... we need to upgrade... What do you mean overlapping and others? There we are. I think that should be enough, right? Maybe we also upgrade these bits. And these. See, I built these with old belts. No, there's no reason not to just do them all, is there? Lovely. A 140 stream streak? Oh my god, that's enormous. surprised I've been here that many times. There we go. So, as long as... I think we can just save this. And overwrite it. Clear it. And that'll do for the plates, but we're going to have to do... Actually, the old one would have done for the iron plates because we only need 300. So I've just made it more expensive for no reason. It's been like the better part of a decade. I know, it's fucked up, right? It's okay. We're still young. All of us are young. Everyone here is young. We'll all live forever. Which of those streams would you say was best? Well, I mean, I have to say, unfortunately, you know, the charity ones where we raised a bunch of money for charity. To be boring. So these are just going to do iron plates. What do we think about... I've been thinking about throwing in my support for Nigel Farage in the Clacton election. That's not true at all. You know what? He's done something really annoying there. Which is, I have just finished a 2-hour-long video which is largely about a reform candidate. And the politics of reform in particular. And I talk about Nigel Farage a bunch in it. And then he fucking resigns and triggers like a election right before I put the video out, which means I need to record a little thing acknowledging that now. So he's kind of fucked me over a little bit. Alright, just switch one of these off. So, yeah. We've all finally got one reason to not like Nigel Farage. The media did this. I hate that the British media is just like... When they swap from being like, okay, this person's in to this person's out, and they suddenly, oh, we've just found all of these scandals that we've known about for years. It's just so bullshit and manufactured. I've been following you on Twitch for 9 years already. Oh my god. That's scary. So this is going to be a split. They can just go in there. We'll produce these here, and then I have to think of something different for the screws because of how many there are. Wonder what prompted the sudden noticing. I don't know. Maybe want to get rid of them for someone more palatable. It doesn't make me feel bad for figures like Farage and Johnson and so on, but it does suck when it's like people have been going on about how they're crooked for years, and the media knows. They just put it all in a drawer until it's like Farage goes now, And then they're like, oh, look at all this stuff we found. There we go. I have a soda with a big cup full of ice because of the heat. Alright, well that was easy enough, wasn't it?
Hello there.
Devon Blackthorn, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Very appreciated, thank you. The goal here, by the way, this whole plant is gonna make two things. One of those things is crystal oscillators, which is why we need reinforced iron plates, which is why we need iron plates and screws. The other thing it's gonna make is crystal computers, which is made out of circuit boards and crystal oscillators. What was I gonna plan to have? Oh yeah, I was gonna bring I was gonna use this crude oil to make plastic for that, wasn't I? 'Cause it's not too far. Maybe I could make it there and ship the plastic over. Or maybe I could ship it over and make it here. Who knows? Regardless, that's the last part. Let's focus on the crystal oscillators for now, because we can do everything here. I hate that it's all just backstage media plate spinning, you know? What really fucks me off though is not even so much that happens, it's the show they put on in front of that. Where it's like, what happened to Boris Johnson? He seemed politically invincible, and then all of a sudden we found all of these scandals. Why is that? What happened there? It's like, ugh, makes me want to scream. Like, jack shit happened. Alright, so my plan is to make 50 reinforced iron plates, which is enough for 20 of these machines. Which means I will need 20 times 18, which is 360 quartz crystals I'll need out of this. Each one of these makes 52 a minute, which is awesome. You know, I feel like all of these fucking machines, because they're so big. Oh, 75 is quite a lot, actually. I just way overproduced copper ingots. Well, we need those for multiple things here anyway, so that's okay. Times 5 times. If we make 8 of them, that's more than enough. And we can feed that off one pipe. And one belt. Alright, 8 of these machines, that's enough. Do we think Trump will actually last? Is he gonna make it And if he does, do you think he'll try and stay on? Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like, will he make it to the end of his second term? And if he does, will he try to stay for a third? Do you like what I did with the little walkways here and a little bridge over the train? It's pretty cool, isn't it? Thought you'd all find that quite neat. I have a feeling it'll live to 100. Real bastards tend to, don't they? Well, we can't run. Tell you what, let's run a wire through inside there, which you're allowed to do because it doesn't clip. That's no good, however. That'll do though. You gotta wonder what's in it for him. I don't think we'll even need both of these, really. That'll do. See, when it's money and you're over 70 and not in great health, you gotta wonder, like, oh, but what is it doing? Like, what are you like, oh, I need this money to... What? It's not like he likes his family. You know, he's like... wants to leave them something, and they're all, like, rich as hell anyway. I think it's just it's just seeing he wants to buy 16 gigs of RAM. It's money as a high score, isn't it? Well, they don't even care about having it or what it can do. It's just it's like it's posting your high score for other rich people to see. Like, if you gave me, like, £1 billion, I wouldn't know what to do with it. Like, genuinely. Like, if you told me to spend, like, £1 billion on myself, like, I wouldn't fucking be able to. Alright, so... 8 times 67.5 is 540. Which it will be more than met by this. No problem there. See, you'd have to just end up donating most of it. Like, if I bought, like, a house which was, like, you know, like, fancy for me, I suppose. Like, I wouldn't go buy a castle or anything, but, you know, decent house. Make sure my family are alright. You know, put some in, like, a pension fund. Like, university funds for the kids and the family, things like that. You're only looking at like a few million there, and then you're done. Like you don't have to work ever, and you're set for the rest of your life, and you have all your material needs met. And that's like a fraction of what like a billion is. I don't know what you do with it. I haven't got a clue what you do with the rest of it. Give a few million to your mods. I absolutely would. You can hold me to that. If I ever get £1 billion, I will give all the mods 1,000,000. I'll give everyone who's here right now £10. Flip this. You could stretch to 20. Listen, I'll give everyone who's subbed 20. This is all contingent upon someone giving me 1,000,000,000 in the first place, of course. Do you like how the train runs down the middle of this factory? I designed it with that in mind. It's fun, isn't it? But yeah, especially if you're like 75 or whatever. Yeah, at some point you gotta just sort of give up a bit, right? And be like, okay, it's bullshit, but you know, I believe in the sort of this false idea that I've worked hard and deserve this. Now I'm gonna rest and I'm gonna just live out the like remaining maybe decade of my life on a beach somewhere, reading a nice book, or you know, not that. Like I don't get that. On an island somewhere. Now we need 37.5 times 8 is 300 we need, which is 3 of these generators. Well, first things first, let's hook them up. Who's gonna want that island? That's gotta be... What do you do? Go there and like go jet skiing or something? Like it's... It's gotta be tainted. If you can afford to buy an island, you don't want Sex Crime Island, surely. Let's make it a something awful project. We'll buy it and then we'll all move there and we'll make a self-sustaining colony. Wouldn't it be better if 10 people got 100k each? Yeah, or they should give everyone who plays it £1 back. Be like, look, it's quid there. Pop that in your savings account. Hello, you. You can't interfere with any of my crap. Because it's too tall. I guess you could get stuck in the water generators. I tried building a mega factory and bit off more than I could chew. I'm terribly sorry. Building in this game takes a fuck of a long time. Well, you all know that. Because you've watched me building refineries for like weeks. I think they can lift that far, but on the off chance they can't. I was trying to build a massive train/truck depot for every single resource and it kind of fell apart. Yeah. You need to really super plan ahead. These are creatures. They walk around. That's all they do. Okay, they're plugged in, so now they should start filling up this. Yes, look, there they go. It's working. It's working. It's 15 times 20, it's 300. To put these signs on things so I can remember. There we go. And these are 8 multiplied by 52.5 is 420. That's the weed number. There we are. Something's supposed to go wrong and take out the entire factory. See, I'd like a more destructive thing of this, where, like, if you fill up a machine, it can explode and just destroy the whole pipeline. You can't do much destructive in this. You can crash the trains. If you're driving the train, you can just drive it off the end. That's why you need these little stoppers on the end to stop you just driving the train off the end. Or you can, like, drive a train off a cliff or something. But you can't, like, permanently damage your factory. You can just fuck up the belts by feeding something down the wrong belt, I guess. Okay. Now, something I don't want to deal with here. Hang on, these are iron plates, not iron ingots. I'm a fool. this is ironing. That's... There's something tricky here. You can run vehicles off the edge of the map. That's one way to get rid of toxic waste, isn't it? Fill it up in a truck and drive the truck off the map. See now, this blueprint works for this, but it's not going to work for the next thing I need. Because I am using the bolted iron plate thing, and each one of these uses 250 screws a minute. So we obviously can't put this in, because we can't have, what, like 3,000 screws going down the same belt. Which is bullshit. I need 16.6 constructors making cast screws. Which is gonna make 833 screws a minute. So, hang on, no, actually, we can do that. Yeah. Yeah, we can totally do that. Alright. I was wrong. Because if we need 833 screws a minute, then we just don't merge them. Do we? We just build this. But then, instead of feeding it out down one belt, we just do that. And then we'll get 2 lots of 415-ish. And we need 16.67. Yep. Cast screw. Copy. Which is more than this, but we can just overclock one of them. No, I said the funny number, did I? I said 420 earlier as well. And then it's going to turn out all this is going to make 69 crystal oscillators a minute. And we can all have a big old laugh. So, okay. And then we just overclock one, right? Is that right? Let's see. They go to 3.3 assemblers. That's odd. Alright. Instead of that, they're going to 4. And they're just going to work sort of underclocked a little. 4 is not bad. I could do 2 overclocked twice, couldn't I?
Hello there.
That works.
Close to funny number.
Jakey, thank you very much for the 64 months sub. You are king, queen, or monarch of your choosing. Or some sort of, like, you know, appointed ruler. If that's more your thing. Democratically elected. Alright. so this should make... It's going to take a long time to balance this. Because one of these sides eats way more iron ingots than the other side. So we're going to have to leave this for a long time. Me and Ashley have a fun bit we do. Where I say that she's my queen, and then she just automatically responds with what I said. So she goes, "Oh, you're my queen," without realizing she's done it. I'm like, yeah, thanks, babe. Okay. Nice. Now then, what we'll do is we'll use... We need 3.3 of them. So instead of that, I'm going to do 2 of them. And overclock them. Like that. There we go. And now this should make 50 a minute. It's queued up for 60, but they're just not gonna work all the way. And that's fine. We all think that's good. My refinery blueprint I just used for this entire thing has splitters in every spot that's supposed to be emergent. Yep, there you go. That's the thing that's wrong with it. It's horrible, isn't it? When a game's just like, oh yeah, by the way, go fuck yourself. How about... Okay, so this is one output. Something strange happened with a delivery driver the other day. Last night, in fact. Ashley ordered a delivery of some stuff. And then it came. Not more spiders. It was, you know, a shop and delivery. It was quite late. Ashley fancied a few bits and bobs. And the guy... bought, out of his own money, bought Ashley a bag of crisps and a can of Fanta and gave it her like a present. What's going on there? That's... None of them have brought me an extra bag of crisps. That's a bit strange, isn't it? I think I I think Fanta is kind of a weird one. If you go, you know, to like surprise someone with. DoorDash are the new milkman. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? I need to start going outside with her. I think. Another one was odd as well. I got two weird. This one was a Royal Mail guy. Was delivering a package, and I answered the door, and he said, "Is this for that redhead who lives here?" And I had just woken up because it was like first thing in the morning, and I was just like, "Yeah," and then just took it and closed the door. But then afterwards, I was like, "Hang on, why would he ask that?" It's a bit odd. There we are. That's them done. Let's put the legs on. It is concerning, isn't it? I need to get like a baseball bat to put behind the door or something like that. I drank the Fanta. I will say. I had it. Snatch it out of Ashley's hands. No, she doesn't like it. See, he doesn't know her. He'll never know her like I do. That was man Fanta. I did open it and pour it into a different container in case he'd like wiped his balls on the top of it or something like that. It's like, I want the Fanta, but I don't want like... I don't want that. You don't like balls, Fanta? No, call me old-fashioned. How are we doing then? Let's have a little look. Oh, we're cranking these out. Brilliant. But where are they going? We have... two of the things we need for crystal oscillators now. We have quartz crystals and reinforced iron plates. So if I'm making 20 of these machines, then we need 280 cable a minute, don't we? So let's work out how we get that cable. I think we have so many copper ingots that all we do is we just make a bank of things making that, and then make a bank of things making this. And that'll do it for us. And then all we need to do is just bring it all together at the end. finally getting reinforced iron plates on it. It's funny, I did actually delete my last reinforced iron plates factory. I should hook them back up. I should. Look, I didn't have the max amount in the stockpile. Because I took apart my old factory, didn't I? Actually, one thing that's got me a little worried is Alclad aluminum sheets I'm not maxed on. I didn't actually delete that. So I can go back and make more if I need to. Now we got a lot of space here that is just belts. We could just build over these. Or we could run these under the ground and just build next to it. Yeah, let's just build like let's build one up. I was thinking more like poisoning. You can't poison a bag of crisps. Can you? Listen, it would be wasteful to. I'm just gonna lurk ominously behind Ashley whenever she answers the door from now on, I think. There was a famous case of crisps being poisoned, was there? It's called prawn cocktail. Hey, I used to like prawn cocktail. There are dozens of us. Although I did say used to like. To be fair. There we go. I need to tell these what to make first, don't I? Select wire. Copy. Why not? There we go. Then beautiful. You're slowly but surely approaching 1 million subs. Yeah, I'm not gonna hit, even if I continue to grow at the same rate, it's gonna take me a few years to hit 1 million subs, and so I'm good. I don't have to worry about it for a long time. There we go. So, I think... That's us. I mean, that's like super ugly. No one's happy about this, are they? Everyone hates this thing that's going on here. But it works. If you put out a single Mr. Beast style video. Alright. Let's have a little peek. See what we're looking at. I forget what we need even. I think it was only like a couple of hundred, right? It's less than this anyway. I wanted 20 of these, which is 280. I can do mathematics. You know what though, I'm not happy with this. Yeah, that's more than enough, isn't it? That isn't that terrible. Can I do this? Is it yeah, I'm gonna do that. Just because it's horrible. Are we all happy about that? Doing a lovely half circle there as well. That's just... Look at them like curving around the edge. Ludicrous. Now really, merge into one and putting them through their limits are throughput here. We should do each of the outputs, go to each one of the inputs. But, you know, whatever. Who cares? It's fine, isn't it? Is that full? That's 2. And this is 3. Okay. These are working 96, 98. Yeah, they're both like a little under. We'll call it 50. Even though it's a bit over 50, but that's what this is for. Alright. How the hell do I do 20 manufacturers? Firstly, by giving up. And overclocking them all to 2 times, so I only have to make 10. Alright. Is that allowed? Because if we do that, then I only have to make 10 of them, which is just so much easier. Do a book review video at the next CinemaSins Guys book. Oh god. I'm good. That would be picking on someone. I feel there's a moral element to going after like a racist's book. I can't just be like, this guy's just a shit writer. So 10 of these, we can fit everything down. Same. What am I going to do, though? A line of 5 and 5? That might work, mightn't it? Unless it's awkward. I wish I could, like, convey that I love rubbish writing. Like, it's great. There's something so charming about it. I like, respect the effort. Kind of like a janky game. Yeah, it's like you need rubbish stuff as well, because like showing things done wrong is just it's even more illuminating as to how to do things properly than seeing something done well. Like I really believe that. Rubbish stuff is great. Alright. If we make 20 of these, we'll have 20 crystal oscillators a minute. One, two, three, four. Yeah, that's alright, isn't it? 5. Need to make this a little longer this ways. Committing to sucking it fast. Yeah. Being rubbish at it. And copying. And trying to figure out what makes things work. Okay. So these are all overclocked twice. They're all on. Right. Why are these machines so fucking gigantic? They're so big. Didn't think here. It's often the case. What I'll do is I'll just run the quartz crystals straight down. There are only 3 inputs here, aren't they? Yeah. The Orc book became well known after the writer was shitting on Kojima. Is that true? I forgot what that was about. I just saw people post the first page of it. What did he say about Kojima? I'm intrigued. Kojima is so much of a writer that he's a good and a bad writer. Maybe a little messy down this end, actually. Annoyingly. Oh, that's one of the three hooked up. Leave them to fill up. He once made a boss character that's a lard ass in a bomb disposal suit riding around on rollerblades, sipping wine from a... No, that is genius. Fat Man's great. This is how this guy's... I mean, if you're going to criticize the right in Metal Gear, you need to not... Your shit needs to be on point, you know? You can't have a really generic fantasy book about orc wars. You need to not write orc wars. Exactly. Kojima's just like he's hit and missed the mark so many times through sheer dint of trying, you know. There we go. Lovely. I quite genuinely really like Death Stranding too. I think it's great. I feel like I'm not going to get these on the same level. He just always says it's... And it's lying. It's lying to me. No, I think I fucked up here. Who knows? There is nothing more reviled than the orc. I do love that. The other elves being like, yeah, we know. We're in the orc wars. It's Orc City. God, I need to go back and read that whole book, don't I? There's an element of worrying about getting sued to essentially, you know, you're doing audiobooks that just tear into the book. Like, is that transformative enough? Yeah, look at this. I fucked it. I fucked it all up. Well, if these are all on the level, then I only have to move the last one. Nobody's gonna report you, probably. Oh no, that one can stay. Can it? No, it can't. What am I talking about? I'm a liar. And a thief. we go. Hello, Ashley. Oh,
I'd say hi for no reason in particular.
you look lovely.
Oh, thank
Ashley's got a new dress and her hair looks lovely.
Hey, don't embarrass
I'm
me.
not embarrassing you. What are you talking about? I was giving context. How you doing, my darling? I was telling everyone about your Fanta and Crisp admirer.
Oh yeah, that was really weird. I forgot to mention an aspect of that because it embarrassed me at the time.
Oh yeah?
But in the crisp and drink hand that I grabbed from,
Yeah.
I also grabbed his car keys, and he was like, "No,
He gave you a car?
No, he was like, I grabbed the car keys, and he was like, "No, don't take my car keys!" Ah, ha, ha, ha. And I laughed too.
Yeah.
But then he actually let me keep the drink and the crisp, so maybe that's why I think maybe he got from the shop that little drink and crisps for himself. And he didn't want to be like, okay, you've taken my car keys and my meal. So he was like, okay, fine, you can keep the crisps and the drink.
Why would he bring a bag of crisps out of his car on a delivery with him, though? So did you just mug a man, basically?
Okay, the other thing that was really interesting was that he took his job like super seriously.
Yeah.
Like, he sent me like a whole essay before he'd even picked up my delivery,
Yeah.
being like, you will need like ID for this delivery, etc., etc. I was like, okay, sure, I'll have that ready. And then he's like, I am on my way to.
Well, maybe it was his first day. Maybe he didn't know you're not supposed to also buy extra crisps for people.
No, I was thinking that it's possible. I can't believe you're still on that.
Still on it. What happened yesterday?
It's true, I suppose.
I only mentioned it once.
I love you.
Gonna be a care and stream bit now. I love you too. Well, there's a new possibility. Maybe Ashley just robbed someone and they were too polite to say, actually, that's mine. That's funny, though. Please let me keep the car. I need the car to do my job. Ugh. I love Ashley very much, but she's a stressful person to know. She's always getting into some bother. There we go. Fine, then we'll do a little tiny one of these. Stop the clipping. We can make that look nicer. Yeah, look at that. Okay. It's element number 2. New York City. I like that. What had I read in that book? I think there was like an orc prince who was in isolation, except everyone kept visiting him, and then someone tried to kill him with like a dragon, and he ran away and got like washed out into the river or something like that. And then there was a guard called something like Cortland Lowhelm or something like that. And Cortland Lowhelm, did I get the name right? That's crazy. And then there was like a D&D party getting ready to like go on an adventure or something like that. He kept running. Yeah, there was like a wizard and there was a dragon, and he kept like running back and forth like Bart on the boat with the alligator and the electric eels. And yeah, I remember the sequence where the guy got washed out of the palace. It was really strange because he like it was very poorly conveyed why there were all these different waterways in the castle, and there was like an aqueduct that was leading water away from the city, which was really confusing. I remember that. I remember a line that was something like, the prince's years in isolation was spent mostly alone. Or something like that really cracked me up. Oh, those were fun. I do need to finish reading those. And also there was an orc like clan or something like that. Well, I guess we just go straight under and across that way. Yeah, we'll just route under here. Like this. Beautiful. So these should all come on now. Oh, look at that. There they go. We're on. What are we building here? A bunch of machines that make crystal oscillators. That's what this whole plant does. These are the crystals. These machines clean the crystals to make these things. This is the copper, which I've massively overproduced. Way more copper than I need for some reason. That makes wire. This makes cable out of the wire. It's one of the elements of those. Then this is iron. This makes iron plates. This makes screws. These two things. Rather amazingly. Use all this to make reinforced iron plates. Just the other element. And now I just need to hook up the outputs. But where should I put them? Maybe just over here. This is going to be very handy though to have. Let's see if that's whatever. Fine. disagree. Game. What is this? The game's fucking me over. Do you not have the recipe that uses wire instead of screws? I do. But I need copper for something else as well. I mean, I definitely have enough copper because I massively miscalculated and made way too much of it. But I would squish it in here, I suppose. It's all pretty much the same. $20 a minute is more than enough. There they all are. Beautiful. I guess let's just route it back onto over here, right? That'll do. So we got the space, and then pop a dimensional on top. I've never had these. Not once have I had these being produced. Which is why they're actually uploading. That's one more thing sorted. My machines will only fill up if I use... Yeah, I made that mistake. I made a bunch of machines that... See, you have to split them and overproduce, don't you? I don't think it's gonna matter too much for me. But yeah, it is very annoying. Crystal oscillators. Alright. Very good. Now the other thing I wanted though is I wanted to make computers here also. So if I have 20 of those a minute and I want to make crystal computers, why is it 1.667? That's so irritating. That's like crazy. Ugh. Okay. Oh, I said it again, didn't I? Well, if we make 10 of these machines, right? Then we need... That's not going to use all of our crystal oscillators, so they'll still keep on backing up. But it will also produce a whole, 3.3 recurring computers a minute for us, right? Or 33.3 even. Now, I'm a fan of that because I'm only making computers in one other place, over on the other end of the map here. But I'm making exactly as many computers as I need to make the supercomputers over there, which means they'll never back up unless we're full on supercomputers. I need a place that is overproducing computers. So if we were going to make 10 of these machines, which would use 16.67, of our crystal oscillators, but we're making 20. So this will still overproduce 4 crystal oscillators a minute, which can just go into the dimensional depot. So we need 50 circuit boards. That's the only thing we don't have. Now we have options for that. We can make without. We can make silicon circuit boards here. Right, because I have more quartz than I need. I think I do anyway. Let's have a check. Full. 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 Let's wait till the train goes. We'll see. Well, it's going to be full, isn't it? There's no sound associated with this train station. I must have been too far away when it started playing the noises. There we go. And yeah, look at that. So, we don't even have to bring oil over for the crystal computers. Do we? Because we can use silica. Alright, math time. Let's do it that way. That's way cooler. If we need 10 of these, then that's 50 circuit boards a minute. 50 circuit boards a minute. Is there anything you're working on at the moment? There is a video going up for Patreon backers this week, probably on the weekend sometime. It is 2 hours long. Yes. Alright, so we need 4 of these machines. Quiet rocket. I never know how to say it. So we do 4 multiplied by 27.5 is 110 copper sheets and 110 silica a minute. That's what we need. So call it 3 of these machines. And oh shit, that's annoying. Then okay, right. Fine. And many of those. Now, I don't have to worry about this at all because we're massively overproducing these, which is fine. So I can just make a bank of those, making copper sheets, and we're fine. It's allowed. Yes. That looks like a roller coaster. You know what? I was like, let's do the curve as a joke, but I think it's went down a storm, hasn't it? Everyone loves it. The big, silly curve. Patreon. Can I say Patreon because it's how you get paid for things? That's the mnemonic I'll use. Does that work? Is that the right one or is that the wrong one? No. Let me. Patreon because you give us hats. Okay, I'm going with I don't need actually to work out. the mathematics on it because I have so many copper sheets that it doesn't matter. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it. Let's just make too many, and then we'll feed them into a box and we'll put it on the network, and then that way we can pretend it was intentional. You need copper sheets, don't you, when you're making pipes? So we'll say we intended to do it this way. So, fly here. What happened to Ken Clippy? Klippenstein. Is that how you pronounce his name? I've never said his name out loud. I thought he was alright, judging from his internet posts, but he appears to have lost his whole brain about this Platinum situation. He does that sometimes. Does he have, like, off moments? Because this seems to be a really big one. I guess if you feel like you've doubled down for Platinum so many times, then you just feel like you're in a hole you can't gracefully climb out of, you know? By being like, oh, sorry everyone, I was wrong. But yeah, I really... smooth grind. Yeah, he doubled down and doubled down, didn't he? Until it's like, it's just I feel like it's crazy though to be like, there's so many bad stories about Platinum to be like, I'm gonna stake my reputation on this man not disappointing, which is crazy. I had a few responses to me sort of poking fun at that on Blue Sky, where people were like, I just wanted to believe that, you know, somebody could change for the better, you know? And I understand that totally. Like, I get that. You want to believe that people can be giant shitheads and then stop being giant shitheads, which they can be. I feel like it's something that you have to actually do and not just say you're gonna do, you know. Is this a straight shot now? Tis. Look at that. Lovely. Like, I like to believe people can change for the better, and I think I know that they can. It's just... There we are. There we go. We'll call that good. This is technically 160 copper sheets a minute, which is more than we need. I feel like there's a level of self-preservation where you're like, it would be nice if he has changed. However, given the fact that he had a fucking Nazi tattoo and was in like a mercenary kill squad, maybe wait and see, you know, instead of staking your reputation on it. Maybe wait and see. Alright, what did I want here? I wanted 10 of these, right? But we can't, which means 50 circuit boards, so we're thinking about this fast. Which is not many of these. It's 4 of them, in fact. Or 2 overclocked, which I like to do. My pretend base saving copper sheet there. Very good. Clairvoyant. It's like, you can't go that path, you know, being like, how could we know? Why is everyone apologizing for backing him? Just how were they supposed to know? Like, listen, some of us knew. Need very many of these at all. We could probably comfortably overproduce this a little bit as well. Let's do it. The thing is, so there's going to be more. I've probably said this on stream a lot lately. I don't know if I have, but it's something that's winding me up a bit. People everywhere, but it happens in the States a lot. I think it can get very individualistic, even with leftist politicians or leftist you know, pretenders, where people kind of treat them as if they're kings or they're gonna fix things or that they have some special individual magnetism or power or charisma or whatever else, and it isn't the case. No one individual matters by themselves. I don't mean they don't matter, but they're not, like, nobody is irreplaceable, you know? Nobody's worth sacrificing your self for like that, you know? Like Big Joel. Yeah, I'm thinking like Mamdani in particular. I see so many people being like, what's his secret? You know? Like, and it's that he advocates for popular policies and then delivers on them. Like, that's the secret. But people are so used to the aesthetics of it that they're like, okay, is it that his suit, his smile, his voice, how his campaign people cut his advertisements, how he uses social media and so on. And it's like, all that are just, they're minor elements. The main thing is that he advocates for policies people want and then delivers on them. That is 95% of it. Yeah, you got auto modded there. Auto mod wasn't happy with quite a few parts of that. There's a lurker. Hello, Ashley. Ashley is attempting to scare me by standing behind the door. But she can never pull that off because you can't resist the urge to laugh, can you?
That's so funny.
You'd be a rubbish ghost, you.
The funny thing is that I wasn't even attempting to lurk at first, but then when you noticed me, I couldn't help it.
How you doing? How are the spiders?
Oh, they're good. Satina's in her bed still. The other two are running around.
Nice. We just got a raid from Hello It's Mouse. Say hello to Hello It's Mouse and raiders.
Hello.
There we go.
Who's Mouse?
I don't know. But
Is
hello,
that-
though.
Never mind.
No.
Oh,
Hello, raiders, though.
maybe
How you
it's a
doing?
mouse.
Yeah, maybe it's a mouse.
That's so cute.
Oh,
What was that thing related to mice we saw last night? Or was that something private that I saw?
what was that thing relating to mice we saw?
Like we saw a really cute mouse on the TV or something.
I don't recall seeing a mouse on the TV.
Okay. That's quite a private thing.
Private mice. I'm friends with Hypothetical Walrus, who you rate sometimes. Ah! Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you very much for the raid. She hates your Stellar Blade video, really loathes it. Ah, it's not very good, that one. Yeah, it's fair enough. No complaints from me. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? There we are, lovely. What were we talking about before Ashley scared me? She did actually get me a bit. I looked over and I could just see a lurking figure in the background. Belief in magical politicians. Yeah. It always winds me up. Maybe it's a British thing. I get very fed up with that sort of... Because the only thing that matters in British politics is spin and the appearance of things, and like they act as if actual policy is, or it's all already decided. It's just how competent people think you are at delivering it. So I'm very sensitive to the idea that like anyone is individually sort of politically talented like that. The British media can only analyse in terms of personalities, yeah. To do some more mathematics now. For 10 of these, we need 50 of these. Need to make 12.5, which is 4. So overclock each one twice. And we're laughing. We can technically just do that here, can't we? Nah, I'll do it more in the middle. Lovely. Nice. Nice. I have zero idea what to do about British politics. I feel like they just have it locked down so well. To be honest. There we go. Lovely. I think this is gonna work. Like there is just a club of wealthy and powerful people who it feels like are so powerful that and for some reason people listen to them when they set the agenda. And I have zero idea what even could be done about it. They'll be so powerful until suddenly they aren't. It feels like you need to just totally clean house at like the top of every government institution, all the political parties, and all the media organizations. Which sounds like it'd be a lot of people, but it isn't. It's like a couple of hundred people who all know each other. Let's just pop these down this side for now. There we are, circuit boards. Really not happy about that clipping though. We must fix that. Right then. Now what are we looking at? Crystal computers. We need 10 of these machines. But just running like this. Or 5 of them. Overclocked, I guess. Let's just make 10 of them. And then that'll be the last thing we make here. All sorts of things. Oh yeah, I'm just saying this is how it feels. Like, I know that's obviously not going to be the case forever. It gets very dispiriting. Should we make 10 in a long line? Let's move this thing over. There we are. Lovely. Ten in a long line, you know, that works, okay? It's kind of silly, though. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm doing it. We run one under and one on top. 6, of course, 6, 7. Obviously. Six, 7 is so terrible. I'm sorry, because it's something, it happens because people just count and they're sequential. They can't be sequential. It has to be ones that aren't. Make like 9, 4, I think, you know? It's a bit rarer. There we go. Lovely. Everyone likes that. Are these really going to make an... I mean, I guess they are. They're supposed to. Let's give them a few extra just to get them started here. They make exactly enough, which means it's going to take probably a long time to fill all of these. I'm making them somewhere, right? Oh, I've picked the wrong thing here. Silly me. These are computers. Lovely. Straighten that belt up. Never. I like the little kinky corner there. Makes me happy. So I am making circuit boards somewhere else. I don't like that. I don't know how, if I'm actually making more of them than I need to be or not. I think I'm overproducing this, yeah, a little bit. I probably am overproducing copper sheets as well. I can't tell. I sort of gave up doing maths on this one. It's like, whatever, it'll probably all work out, won't it? My perfectionism is hurting right now. Why? Because of this. There we go. Are we all more happy about this? At least that's fun. There we go. I'm more comfortable if all these fill up with circuit boards before I'm done connecting the oscillators here. Put the power pole in the bend of the loop. Alright. Oh. Go from the last one here, I think. There you go. One machine never seems to fill up with rubber, but it's running 100%, so I think it's fine. If you're using it at exactly the same rate, then it'll never fill up, I guess. We disconnected the new platform I have. Although it's not doing anything yet. It's just hanging out. But yeah, I feel bad for people who were taken in by Platner a little bit, because I understand the impulse to be like, oh, that guy was a big shitbag, and now he's all right, you know. I feel like that impulse can override a lot of like common sense, and I don't think it's a bad impulse. Like, people want to believe people can get better, you know. So I get it. But I, like, you know, come on. Also, I think it's got to be standard practice, right? That people who say that they've like improved, they have to actually do it instead of just say it. I think that's fair. There we go. So this isn't using all of my crystal oscillators. However, it is going to use probably all of them now. But it will very slowly fill up. This was mainly for computers, this one, but I'll keep it for crystal oscillators on the network, the dimensional network. I think we'll need another one for crystal oscillators for the drone network. Oh, we've got computers, how beautiful. Can I fit my drone port in here? I can and all. I'm gonna build a drone here. It's like an inch that side, and like an inch this side. That's crazy. You should expect and welcome people being skeptical of you. Yeah. And not, like, be really evasive. Like, if he'd came out and said, I was such a shitbag, I was such, like, a bad guy that I even had a Nazi tattoo, but I've had it removed. Like, that would go a long way towards demonstrating change, right? If you, like, you admit to it and also demonstrate that you've done something instead of, like, lie about it. You know? See, I actually feel like if he'd done that, it would have really taken the bite out of the story, you know? If you're like, listen, you know, I used to believe some really bad, silly things that I don't believe anymore. Nice. Very good. There they go. The fruits of our labor. By which I mean my labor. Computers. That's quite a lot of computers as well, which is nice. It's like 60 a minute. Why are these all overclocked? They shouldn't be. Shit. Alright, well they are going to actually eat all of my crystal oscillators. It's 30 a minute. I want to not. It's because I copied the recipe of the other thing. They all ended up overclocked. There we go. They would also eat all of my circuit boards. Some people are desperate to reach out to reactionaries. Again, I get it. I understand the impulse. It's a big sort of it's a big win if you're like, look, we can do it. We can make people better. Like I think most of it's like probably quite a noble intention, you know. But I do feel like people can be so sort of hopeful for that. This one's going to be offset, so that they can get kind of carried away, or just taken advantage of. This game looks hard. It's kind of easy as long as you don't. It's as hard or easy as you make it, I guess. As long as you don't care too much about getting everything perfect. Like this, you know, I've produced like way too many of one thing, not enough of the other. But, you know, it's all going to work out in the end. That sort of thing. Should we ride the train in? Honk. That's pretty cool, like. Another successful little factory built there. This is where the crystal comes from. With these cats in the tunnel. There's a slug up there. I love when they get out of sequence like that and they're just like, animation over now, bye. It's not the prettiest line through here, but I figured you can't see it until it comes outside, so it's fine. It's quite cool, eh? So I think ideally these should back up. It's just gonna take probably a long time. All my... yeah. This one's only around 60%. See, I can probably help by just moving like the crystal oscillators to the end of the line, you know? But really, it's just like, we produce a few more a minute than we need. And that's it. They stack up to 100, so it's just, you have to wait like half an hour until one fills, and then it stops accepting them, and then they start filling up the next one, and it just goes like that. There we go. Computers. Now, I'm going to build a drone. Which is going to immediately munch all the computers, and then I'm going to fill this with fuel, which means when we actually call for this later, this thing will be able to take off. And this is called computers pickup. And then I think we're done here, right? That was good. That came together fairly quick, didn't it? Because I didn't have to build so many fucking refineries. Oh, it's actually because I built these refineries off stream already. So they just take forever to set up. Now, I can't actually see needing quartz crystals on the depot, but we might as well toss them on. And I think... Can I show you a terrible little secret? Oh yeah, fascism makes no sense. It's like it's a race to the bottom, like destructive ideology. There's like all of the sort of highs, the problems people claim it will fix, and like the sort of promised land of society actually being cleansed to a point where it's like this utopia is all entirely like it will never happen. Like it's all a complete fantasy. Like you die in pursuit of that, but you never reach it. They can't put that on the box though. This is this little factory over here. This makes iron plates and iron rods. And this is currently my only source of iron plates and iron rods on the Dimensional Depot network. This is it. This is where all my basic building materials come from. Just this one iron node. Please don't judge me. It's a big problem with British politics at the moment is it is taken as read that everyone agrees that immigration is this massive problem and immigrants cause society's problems, and we all agree on that. And the only thing to do is who's going to be tough enough to get tough on immigration to the level where we fix the problems that we claim it causes. But it's a fantasy. We'll never solve any problems by getting tough on immigration because there's no link. It's not true. But it's like, this part of why it's so frustrating is it's like, on purportedly neutral platforms like the BBC, which of course is not, like they give anti-immigrant voices like this giant platform, and it's just like taken for granted that it is true. But what should we do about it? But it's not true. That itself is very fascist. It's just our society's problems are caused by the enemy, and we need to get the enemy. But of course it's not. So even in some fantasy future situation where you do get rid of all the bad people who you said, like, you don't fix things, you just need a new enemy. So they swap to being like, well, it's wreckers, it's Jewish people, it's homosexuals. It's just like more enemies, just more enemies. And eventually you end up with it's insufficiently committed fascists, or it's fascists of a different, wing of the party, and it's just, we all just kill each other down to nothing. And that's it. So I'm not a fan. Put me down as not a fan of fascism. It's a decent amount of genocidal talk in Israel, but yeah, like, because it never gets to the stage where it's like, okay, we got rid of the enemies and things are good now, so what's next? Like, it's never gonna happen, because it's based on a fundamental falsehood, which is that the problems in society are caused by groups of people who can be defined by like inherent traits, which is it's false. I keep returning to that in the video as well and being like, I have to just say again, like, this is actually not true. This isn't true. Like, it seems silly to say, but it's like, how many times do you explain suicidal empathy? Quite a few times. Can you explain it now for old time's sake? Well, you're just gonna have to watch the video, I'm afraid. He says suicidal empathy in the book more than 70 times, which is crazy for a book that's 200 pages long. That's nearly every other page he brings it up. What else needs to be done here? I think I'm happy. I think we're good. We have solved the problem of not having computers. We overproduce circuit boards at the other electronics factory, so we're laughing. And we also have crystal oscillators. The only issue is let's see. We're producing, I think, 20 crystal oscillators and using 16. So we're making 4 a minute, which is obviously going to take a long time to fill up all of these machines. And once it's filled all the machines, it needs to back up all the way along the belt until it finally gets to here and begins to fill this container. But that's going to be literally hours. Hours it's going to take. How many times does he quote Cicero? He does a direct quotation of Cicero, although of course it isn't, remember. One time, and then he refers back to the warnings of Cicero another time. Part of my conclusion is reading out some quotes of Cicero where he's like, people who want to ban foreigners from Rome are idiots and going against the immortal gods and would destroy the universal brotherhood of mankind and things like that. And argues for the rights of foreigners to like come and go as they please. You know, because, but I mean, then the next part of my video is, does it matter what Cicero said? like yes, it does, but not to Matt Goodwin. Like, he doesn't give a shit what Cicero said at all. He's just someone who is from history. Where he can be like, as Cicero said, he completely agrees with me. Cicero's gone woke. Cicero. I postulate in the video where I'm like, if Matt Goodwin knew more about history, he would say that Cicero, who was writing just prior to the fall of the Roman Republic, right? Cicero, as representing the Roman elite, has clearly been infected with suicidal empathy, and his desire to let foreigners into the city led to the fall of the Republic. Total rubbish. Like, but it's more coherent than the opposite. It's like you could say that. You could spin that. Again, not true. Is not true. But it would make more sense. And spoil the video. When's the Patreon video going out? Probably on the weekend. Yeah. I don't have much to do. I need to... I'm just gonna put it up sans the outro because I have work to do referencing this fucking Farage situation. Piece of shit. Doing something. Now I have to change the video to reference it. Annoying. Load of bullshit. There we are. That's lots of computers per minute. I'm happy with that. Saying that though, it's possible I'm silly. I think I am and all. Because I've just fed this onto the drone network, haven't I? I haven't actually put it on. Yeah. We need to split. Oh, would you piss off? Look at that. I haven't put it on here. Comments on the depot. When can the peasants expect the video? It depends. Well, don't call yourselves peasants. Also, it depends. If someone notices a big mistake, I have to fix longer. If not, shorter. You know. That's about it, really. I can just sneak the link to you. Well, I suppose I'll allow that. That's... Look at... You're stealing... Wasn't happy about that. You're stealing treats from my mouth by doing that. Alright. What's next then? It is annoying, like, when you talk about something and then there's news and you're like, I've already recorded and put that bit in and now I need to cut it out and change it in the script and then re-record it and put it back in. It's just so much work. It's fucked up. What do we think there then? Do we reckon that guy intended to give Ash that bag of crisps? Or did he just have them in his hand and Ashley took them because he was a delivery driver? And why would he bring his own shopping to the door? But then why wouldn't he say, oh, actually, that's mine. Sorry, I just had it in my hand. Why would he let Ash take them? When Ash told me about it, she said he said something about her being such a good customer or something like that, so he was giving her a free extra bag of crisps. But was that something he just made up in the moment? In order to, like, did his brain freeze, basically? Was he just like... Did he walk back to the car like, oh my god, what have I done? That was so embarrassing. Did Ash steal his lunch? I think Ash might have possibly robbed the delivery guy. Why would she take his car keys? Why would he offer his car keys? Honestly, it sounds like both of them were just a complete fucking mess in that whole interaction. I need to put a camera on the front door. Ash committing crimes. Attach a GoPro to Ash, like one of those cat videos. We'll get us some of those privacy invading nerd glasses that record people. Where did the left side fill up? I think this one favors the left. Alright. Very good. So half of it goes into this storage, which is just backup for the dimensional depot. Half of it goes into the drone storage, and then the drone port, and then ultimately the drone, which has 450 computers in it. Alright, I'm happy about that. And I managed to do all that without any oil as well, which is great, because we've still got all this oil up top if we need it for anything. This is just Sam. Why have I even put that on? That shouldn't exist. That was a mistake. Well, I'm happy with that. I need to look at what I need next. I mean, I know what we need next. Nitrogen. Bauxite. Let's head home. That'll do us for now. We have crystal oscillators. And computers. Sorted. Eventually, we're just going to keep building these plants everywhere. And eventually, we will run out of items in the game that aren't on both the dimensional depot network and the drone network. Legs are coming. Need to go. Well, we don't need to go up actually. We can go around to our elevator, can't we? Legsy is coming. I can hear something or other in here. Nice. They're handy then. The summer sloops are really overpowered. Just pop them at the end of the production chain and you get double. I haven't looked at our power situation in a while, actually. We'll check that out once we get back to base. I think we should be doing okay. I have added a lot of factories all over the place. But we did build a lot of generators, didn't we? It's just, are those generators still functioning? Our drones are still moving. Are they? We need to see 2 drones going back and forth this way before I'm happy with it, but... Drones. Well, some has come out, which means it must have been picked up by the drone. Will there be some fun features like the last video? Absolutely not. 0 fun features whatsoever. This one is all serious. It's actually, I think it gets quite funny near the end. But it's grim until then. This is just nonsense, isn't it? How are we looking? 70. That's not bad. Like double our max consumption right now. Oh, lovely. I'm going to ride the elevator. That's what I'm going to do. Is it droll? I think there's a bit in this where I'm too sarcastic. I'm worried about it. I think I veer into like sort of sarcastic teenager in a movie type of I think I overdo it at one point, but I'm gonna leave it. I need to put legs on the pipeline. I like this idea. The lift with the, you know, the space to bring up items and pipes. I like this view as well. I can afford to make another booster as well, but I'm gonna hold off on that. Use the summer sleeps for production. What were you making? High-speed connectors. What you run out of? Quick wire. I'm gonna have to make another electronics plant that makes stuff other than supercomputers, aren't I? Well, this'll do us for a bit, at least. God, we've only got 100. That's terrible. The Islamic Republic of Japan. That's an odd mistake to make, considering he said Iran every day for, like, forever. Yeah, fuck, I'm gonna need another computer factory. I still haven't seen these moving. They must have moved. I must just not be looking at the right times. Like, we have a plant that makes supercomputers. But I think I need something that just makes high-speed connectors, you know? Because you need so many of them. And I can't just keep... I can't just do this, can I? Just, like, have this here the whole time. Like supercomputers. Yes. Down here. I'm very proud of my supercomputer factory, but the issue is it makes just enough materials to make supercomputers, so it doesn't make extra of anything else. So although I am making circuit boards, computers, and high-speed connectors down there, I'm not making any extra. Which means we need another factory. We've just sorted the computer problem, but I need a high-speed connector factory. Which means we need quick wire, cable which can be made out of anything, and circuit boards which can be made... Let's see. If we had a quartz... a quick wire... That's all we'd need. We just need a Caterium and a quartz together on the map. A Caterium and a quartz anywhere near each other. These might do. Caterium is never near quartz, is it? I feel like it's like a design philosophy. It's like these two things need to be far apart. In order to fuck you over. Yep, they're always far apart. I'm just, you know, what I'm gonna have to do is just make a fucking train or something, right? It's just gonna be that, isn't it? I'm gonna have to solve the problem in the computer game with the tools that they give you to solve the problem with it. As in, two things are far apart from each other, I have to make a train or a truck or some sort of thing to make them be close to each other. Oh, hang on, yeah, look at that. What am I talking about? This one is just... what is that even? I think that's just quartz that just makes silica and stuff for the network. Shit. Oh yeah, look at that, Caterium right next to it. And then all we need is anything that makes wire, and we got this iron nearby, we can make iron wire out of it. And this copper down here. Let's head to there. That's what I want to do, which is northeast, this way. Thank you, Jade Not Afraid, for noticing that. I looked at every other Caterium and quartz node on the map apart from that one, apparently. I intentionally boosted into the autosave there because it gives you a little extra height. Right, you. I think I made my radio control units there. Oh yeah, I don't think I've made radio control units. That's a lot of Caterium, actually, isn't it? Over there. Normal. Pure normal. I mean, even from a single node, you can just churn stuff out there. Nice. I hope no one's judging me for having the enemies set to defensive. I don't like murder, you know? I don't want to murder all the beasts. And why would they be so aggressive towards you as well? Animals don't constantly just try to kill you out of nowhere, do they? On Earth. Like, they'll eat you if they're hungry. But they're not... The stuff doesn't just kill you for the fun of it. These are always fun. So every one of them is an extra dimensional depot you can make. Is this your first playthrough? No, I've played this before. I came back to play 1.2, so I haven't played since I think the 1.0 release. I had a save, but I was playing this when it launched in early access as well, because I'm a big fan of these sorts of factory games. Yep, this is what I set up way back at the start of the save. But it's like, fine, this is just two machines feeding into two-dimensional depots. So here we've got water nearby, we've got Caterium, we've got quartz, and we've got iron. So we want to make silicon high-speed connectors and probably also silicon chips, don't we? Since we aren't using oil here. But we've got a ton of quartz. We can also make this, we could mix in, then again, that's fairly far down. Or we could put an elevator in to get down to the swamp. Because we can also mix in the limestone. But yeah, we use, if we want to do this, we need copper sheets. So we've got copper over here, we can bring that over. We have stone patches around. We could mix that in to get more silica if we really feel like it. Radio control units. That could be done with crystal computers. I like how my last factory was making. Maybe radio control units, maybe I don't use those. I don't build a specific factory for those. Anything beyond this is what the drones feed, maybe. I think what I want here is just these. We can make silicon high-speed connectors as well. That cuts down on the copper we have to use. Yeah. Yep, I think I'd just make high-speed connectors here. That'd be easy. Yeah, I think radio control units, anything in blenders, turbo motors as well, and yeah, because in order to do turbo motors, we need blenders hooked up, don't we? Doing coolant systems, for which we need nitrogen. The fused modular frames need nitrogen. And aluminum. So, and we are currently piping nitrogen up here. So this we build here. We have nitrogen, we have bauxite, and then anything else, a drone brings it. But that's all for next time, eh? Yes. I'm going to save now. And then I'm going to go. And I'm going to eat something. Oh. And then I'll probably say hello to Miss Ashley. Oh, I'm already sleepy. The heat is knocking me out. Okay, folks, I will be back on Friday at the regular time. I shall see you then. Farewell. Who am I going to raid? Let's raid Jeff Gassman. Why not? Yes. Oh, who was playing Assassin's Creed? Probably the pirate one, which was re-released, wasn't it? Yes. Okay. Video soon. See you on Friday. Farewell.